Is it too late to buy? This is the question that's plaguing all of us in this raging bull market. Is it too late to buy Bitcoin? Fred, is it too late to buy Cardano? Is it too late to buy Chainlink? Is it too late to buy newly launched Ethernity? Well, I'm here to guide you in this raging bull market and to make sure that we all make money and keep our money. So let's answer those questions right here, right now, today, on today's show. I'm CryptoMichNL, and I'm going to be your host for the whole bull market. Yeah, I'm going to make sure that in this bull market, we all make life-changing money. I've got a mission. My mission is to make sure that you guys never have to work ever again after this bull market. So let's say the bull market goes on until September. I've got to make sure that by September or December, you guys have got life-changing money and that you hold on to this life-changing money and that none of us ever have to get a job ever again. I don't have to get a job ever again. Fred works because he loves working with me, so he doesn't need to get a job ever again. But the idea is that we all make money and retire by the end of the 2021 crypto bull market, because we're never going to see another bull market like this ever again. So you want to be part of this? It's simple. Smash the like, smash the subscribe, break the algorithm, smash the like, smash the subscribe, but most importantly, hit that bell button, because that bell button tells you when we are coming on with more content, and we're coming on with more and more content every single day. Remember also that we are giving away 2,500 Koti. If you want some of those Koti, all you need to do is you need to like, subscribe, and tell us in the comments that you've shared this link. And if you share this link, you get some of the 2,500 Koti. Fred, start pulling up Koti winners, because there's lots of other giveaways in the show today. By the end of 2021, we are all going to make life-changing money, like crazy life-changing money. And then we're going to go into our new careers. And our new careers at the end of 2021, we are going to be NFT collectors. That's what we're going to do, because we're going to have nothing to do with our money. And what we're going to do is we're going to become NFT collectors. Guys, are you watching what's going on with NFTs? Remember that Beeple artwork? Remember we had my good friend Hervé, and Hervé bid live $1 million for the Beeple artwork. Remember that show? Fred, find that video. Let's show the guys that day. I thought he was going to win with his $1 million bid. Fred, play the bid. Do you have the balls to bid higher than $1 million?
At this point, I can't outbid myself.
So this is your bid.
This is my bid.
You just put in $1 million bid.
And I've been leading for the last 7 minutes. So we'll see how long does that last.
All right, Fred, have we got any Koti winners? Guys, if I look tired today, it's because I've been drinking this drink. I've been drinking like 6 of them a day. And it's a CBD drink. I didn't realize that I've been drinking like 6 bottles of CBD drink every day before the show. So if I do look tired, or maybe we go a little bit off topic, it could be the drink. All right, so we have got Moses F. Moses F, you've got yourself 100 Koti. Get hold of us on Telegram or leave us a comment in the YouTube, and we're going to give you those 100 Kotis. So remember that Beeple bid. Look at this. I want to show you this. This is amazing. That auction just finished. And that artwork, which was auctioned by Christie's, which is like the biggest artwork auction house in the world, okay, just sold for $69 million. 69,346,250. Guys, you're not hearing things. A lot of stuff is happening in this NFT game. We need to tell you what's happening. We need to help you make money out of this NFT game. This is like making money out of altcoins. There was another story today in the Wall Street Journal. The Wall Street Journal. And it said the whales of the NBA Top Shot made a fortune buying LeBron's highlights. They talk about a guy called Michael Levy. Michael Levy bought NBA Top Shot highlights, limited edition NBA Top Shot highlights. He spent $175,000. That $175,000 is now worth $20 million. People are making money on NFTs. I think that it's a mania. I don't think it's justified. I don't think that $69 million for a Beeple artwork is justified. There's another one, CryptoPunks. Did you see this one? $8 million for that. $8 million for that. Guys, would you pay $8 million for that? This market has gone absolutely crazy, but there's money to be made. And so today we've got an amazing project for you right here. We've got one of the hottest new NFT projects, and that is Ethernity. Now, listen up. We've got the founders of Ethernity here on the show, and they are going to give away a limited edition NFT to one of you guys. We're not allowed to mention the NFT until we actually give it away, but this could be one of the NFTs that broke one of the exchanges a few weeks ago or a few days ago, because that's how popular it was. So I've got Nick, the founder of Ethernity, coming online here with us today, and he's going to tell us about Ethernity, the project. And guys, just by being a subscriber to this channel, just by liking our video, just by commenting, you guys may win your very own NFT. We're going to give away one, and it's going to be given away in a few days because we want to let some of the viewers that are not on the live stream also stand a chance to win it. Guys, it's a huge NFT. It's not one of these like small NFTs that you buy for like Peter Schiff's tweet. Like that tweet. Remember that Peter Schiff tweet? I wanted to buy that Peter Schiff tweet just so that I could be the guy that gives Peter Schiff his first Ethereum. But then somebody bid like $300 for Peter Schiff's tweet. And I'm not paying $300 for a Peter Schiff tweet. Let me make that clear. All right, let's get into having some more fun. Can you guys guess which chart this is? Okay, what is this chart? Which altcoin is this? Tell us in the comments. I'm very keen to understand whether or not you guys understand what this chart is. Tell us in the comments. Fred, show that chart again. Guys, tell me which altcoin that chart is. I see. Okay, so it's not Coty. No, it's not Coty. This chart is the money supply chart. The US dollar money supply chart. Scary. This is a time frame from 1990. So you can see from 1990, the money supply gradually grew. Look at what the chart does this year. When I look at this chart, I get cold shivers. I get scared. I get worried for anyone who's holding US dollars. You can't deny that. That is what the chart looks like. That's how many more US dollars there are in circulation. The US can never recover from this. If there's anyone today that doesn't believe in Bitcoin, show them this chart. I'll post this chart on my Twitter. Show them this chart and tell them to justify to you why they don't like it. Because everybody is starting to come over to our side, the Bitcoin side. You can see it. The banks are there. Even Peter Schiff's son. Peter Schiff's son, Spencer Schiff, read this tweet. My son, Spencer Schiff's latest Bitcoin buy resulted in a follow by Jack. I guess that means he doesn't have to worry about being deplatformed. The risk is that Jack, bottom line is, this guy has gone, his son has gone all in. The purchase, his last purchase took Spencer Schiff all in. He doesn't have any gold in his portfolio. Can you imagine? He doesn't have one bit of gold in his portfolio, but he has 100% of his portfolio is Bitcoin, believe it or not. It's a party. And everyone's invited to Joe Biden's money printing party. Everyone's invited. Even I'm going. Printing party, a money printing party. We're all invited. All you have to do is sell your dollars and you're invited to this money printing party. But in all seriousness, the $1.9 trillion stimulus plan is finally approved. The checks are going out in the mail. And that means that very soon we should get these $1,400, $1,400 purchases of Bitcoin and other altcoins. Obviously, not everybody's going to use their stimulus to buy crypto, but I think that the US government is doing this because they have to prop up the markets. Because if the markets collapse now, it's the end. Because the economy has collapsed and people have been making money on the markets. So if the markets collapse, then there's nothing left. And the US has to keep printing money. So when this happens, what's going to happen? Bitcoin is going to go up. Bitcoin is already going up, but I think there are a couple of other altcoins that are going to go up. And if you want to know what those altcoins are, you know what to do. Smash the like. Let me give away some more Coty. Okay, so Thomas, if you are a subscriber to our channel, then you win yourself 100 Coty. So let's carry on with the show. So what are the altcoins that I think are undervalued and that you have to be buying, and you have to be buying them quite soon? One of those altcoins, one that's really caught my eye, is Chainlink. And I want to show you why. So I want to just show you this. This is important that you see. 1 second. Let me share my screen and I want to show you something. Okay, so we look at this and we see the top 10 coins. You got Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance, Tether, Polkadot, Cardano, XRP, Litecoin, and under that you have Chainlink. It doesn't make sense to me that coins like XRP and Litecoin are above Chainlink. And it's debatable whether Chainlink should be above Polkadot and Cardano or not. Bottom line is, I think that Chainlink needs to be going up the stream here. Chainlink cannot remain at number 10. Why do I say that? Because if you understand what Chainlink does and you believe in crypto, then you understand that you have to add Chainlink to your portfolio. So let's look at what Chainlink does for those who don't know what Chainlink does. Chainlink is a decentralized oracle provider. Sounds like a mouthful, I know. Oracles are what supply the data to a smart contract. So if you think about any smart contract needs a supply of data to determine whether it needs to execute or not. So let's talk about a smart contract, which is a sports bet between me and Fred. So let's say I say that Chelsea is going to win and Fred says that Liverpool's going to win. We need to know what the score of the game is. And to know what the score of the game is, we need an oracle. An oracle is what feeds that score into the smart contract and tells the smart contract to either pay me or pay Fred. And Chainlink is today the biggest cross-chain decentralized oracle, which means that it doesn't matter whether you are bullish on Cardano or DOT or Ethereum. Ultimately, all those smart contract platforms need an oracle. Just think of an oracle as bringing anything that's not on the chain onto the chain. So like anything that's from the real world and you want to get it onto a blockchain, it needs an oracle. And Chainlink is right now the only oracle that has the real network effect. And we've spoken about this. When something has the network effect, it keeps growing and it keeps growing and it keeps growing. And you can see that in this thing done by Cane Island Digital Research. They show the Metcalfe's law relative to the price of Chainlink. And what you can see is that Chainlink is now in the exponential phase of the adoption. And so for me, you have to have Chainlink in your portfolio. So there have been two little bits of FUD on Chainlink. The one bit of FUD is that after the US SEC went after XRP, they thought that the US SEC may also go after Chainlink. I don't think that's the case because the two are completely different in fact. And XRP is held by a centralized entity selling it. I'm not even going to go there because it just makes my blood boil. But Chainlink isn't. And I don't think the SEC are going for Chainlink. The other bit of FUD that's been keeping Chainlink down is the fact that there has been a whale, and this whale has been selling a lot of Chainlink. I actually want to show you what this looks like. So let me show you. Guys, remember that you can see every transaction on a blockchain. So if you want to see if anybody's been selling, just check up the address on the blockchain. And what we can see here is that one whale has been selling all these Chainlink. Look at that. All these Chainlinks have been sold. But this whale is now out of coins. He's got 1 million Chainlink left, and I don't think he's going to be selling them. So that gets this whale out the way, and this whale's been in the market for a long time. If you look at the Chainlink charts, Chainlink is one of the only tokens that doesn't move in sync with Bitcoin. In fact, if you look at the chart, Chainlink didn't have a 2018 correction. It just carried on climbing. And there are some analysts that say that Chainlink may actually be bigger than Bitcoin. So it sounds absolutely ridiculous, I know, because Bitcoin is the future of money and all investable assets. But this guy, Timothy Peterson, he says, very real possibility that Chainlink will be bigger than Bitcoin one day. The applications are enormous. I've moved all my excess dollars out of Chase and into Link. It does sound ridiculous, but Citibank said exactly the same thing. They wrote a report on Chainlink, and they said that Chainlink may actually be bigger than Bitcoin. For the record, I don't believe that Chainlink is going to be bigger than Bitcoin, but I definitely think that Chainlink is going to be bigger than it is today. It's core in our holdings, in our portfolios, and on top of that, it has to move up. It has to move up into the top 5 coins. You cannot have smart contract platforms as number 2, number 3, number 4, and the oracle that feeds these smart contract platforms not in the top 10. It doesn't make sense. Cool. So for me, it's not too late to buy Chainlink. We started the show asking, is it too late to buy? It's not too late to buy Chainlink. Let's look at another one that is not too late to buy. Fred, what's the next one that is not too late to buy? Baby, it's our token of the month. And that's, of course, is Cardano. So Cardano had an explosion. We called it in the beginning of Feb at just over 50 cents, and it flew. And so you can see that what happened was it got to like an all-time high of around, or to a high of about $1.50, and it's pulled back to about $1.13. Okay, so that sounds super interesting. Let's look at why this happened. So the first thing is, you'll remember that I told you that there was a Mary fork. And what Mary fork allowed Cardano to do was to have multi-assets on the Cardano blockchain. In other words, like we have ERC20 tokens on the Ethereum blockchain, the Mary fork allowed for the equivalent of ERC20 tokens to be on the Cardano blockchain. And today I found a site which I want to share with you. This site is called CardanoAssets.com. And I don't know why. There we go. Okay, so this is CardanoAssets.com. What it shows is that there are now 727 assets already minted on the Cardano blockchain. In other words, 727 projects already minted on the Cardano blockchain. If you dig a little deeper into the token list, you will see that a lot of these tokens are test tokens for NFTs. And that is what we found. And we think that a lot of these NFT projects are going to move to Cardano. Because Ethereum has such high gas fees at the moment, it's not logical to trade one NFT and to pay such high gas fees. And it looks like there's a lot of testing going into Cardano. Remember, there's also the Goguen fork. The Goguen fork makes Cardano a smart contract platform. And that's happening sometime very soon. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get Charles Hoskinson to come in and to update us as to exactly when that's happening. Other bullish news happening on Cardano. There is an Africa deal which apparently needs to be announced. And apparently it's going to be announced within the next 30 days. So that could mean access to the big African market for a blockchain provider, which no one has been able to do. Charles also said there was going to be a major liquidity provider announcement. Read between the lines, that means an exchange. He said that was going to happen in Feb. It didn't happen in Feb, which means it's delayed. Delays are quite common in Cardano, but ultimately everything that Charles says actually lands up happening. So what we need to do is keep an eye on that. Fred, I need my laptop charger because my laptop is about to run out of battery. Oh, there we go. My laptop's plugged in. Sorry, guys. Okay, so that's that. The next thing is they are funding projects left, right, and center. Cardano is funding a lot of projects left, right, and center. I saw 4 projects this week, DeFi projects, being built on Cardano, which means that the ecosystem around Cardano is starting to prepare for these smart contracts. And smart contracts are a month, maybe 2 months away. And so that means that in a month or 2 months, these contracts are going to move to Cardano. Now, the law of networks says that people will all converge around the biggest network. It's why people converge around Facebook, why people converge around Instagram, why people converge around Amazon and Google. And so the question is whether there is a space for a second smart contract player. And I think in this case, because the technology of Ethereum hasn't been good enough to support all the applications, there may be a second blockchain. And what Cardano has done very well is it's allowed people to almost copy and paste their code, the Ethereum code, and to migrate their smart contracts or their applications, their dApps, onto Cardano. At the same time, there's a very sophisticated, very easy to use, already functioning bridge between Ethereum and Cardano where you can migrate Ethereum ERC20s into ADA tokens or the equivalent. So again, Cardano, for me, not too late to buy, guys. Keep buying, and especially now we've got a dip. Keep buying. There is another project which I'm going to talk to you about, but before I do that, I want to bring in our guest, Michael. Michael, welcome back, my friend.
Thank you, man. How are you doing?
Listen, I told you shouldn't spend more than 50 million on that people artwork. Why did you go so high? Why did you spend 60 million?
Well, I'm just so surprised that it's going for like 69 million. That NFT business is just insane, man. It's just
Oh,
insane.
you mean that wasn't your bid?
No, of course not. I would spend it on way older stuff, to be honest.
My man, you're the man with the charts. So when you look at the charts, tell me whether you'd buy Cardano or Chainlink as it currently looks today. And just by the way, guys, speaking of charts, don't forget that today, Coach K, prestigious picks, where he gives you altcoin gems that are not yet launched. That's happening at the end of the show today. So lots to get through today. Michael, what are we thinking? Do you want to share your screen and show us what you're looking at?
Yeah, I'm more in favor of Chainlink at this point, to be honest.
Okay, I think I'm also more in favor of Chainlink, to be honest.
The point is that the momentum is slightly going away from Cardano, while the FUD is extremely high on Chainlink, but also on Ethereum, to be honest, which means that that's usually the point of interest you want to have to buy a token, right? So the thing is with altcoins right now is you should be focusing on the Bitcoin pair more than on the USDT pair, as probably everything is just skyrocketing into price discovery. So you want to use the Bitcoin pair to see how it's valued against Bitcoin. And in this case, we can see that Chainlink is just still on the lows, still accumulating, and still in an accumulation period, which is an entry point if you want to get this one.
Okay, so guys, the reason why we look at it against Bitcoin is because it shows that this shows whether you should be holding Bitcoin or should be holding Chainlink as opposed to US dollars. We know you shouldn't be holding US dollars. That's obvious. Because Joe Biden is throwing his little money party. But the question is, should you be holding Chainlink or Bitcoin? Now, what you're saying is here that this looks actually quite bullish.
Well, the thing is that you want to use both of those charts to navigate yourself in the markets. There's a certain period where Bitcoin is going to be running heavily, and then your USD value of your altcoin can stay stable, but you can be crashing in your Bitcoin value. Just say an example, if Bitcoin is 50K, and it goes to 100K, but your altcoin stays at $500 and was it before, you lose half of your Bitcoin value through just holding your altcoin. So you want to time the momentum of the market in the best way. And that's by doing and buying those altcoins that are relatively low in their Bitcoin value. And that's why I'm getting more interested into Chainlink at this stage, as it's quite undervalued to Bitcoin and just at the recent lows.
You know, look, if you look at Chainlink's price, look at that relative to Bitcoin. Look how much it is off the all-time high relative to Bitcoin. I mean, it looks like it's even corrected relative to that.
Yeah, right now it's showing weakness as Bitcoin is showing some strength in recent days. But this is just a typical accumulation period. And historically, this is not the best months for Chainlink in general. It usually does well during the summer. That is when all those altcoins do well. So if you want to get into a position on this one, this is definitely the period.
Amazing. All right, what else? Okay, let's look at Cardano. Tell us what you think of the Cardano chart.
The thing with Cardano against USDT is that it just had a massive surge, and that was because of the Mary hat fork, right? Yeah. The thing is, it's quite difficult to define the levels right now because of it, which means that usually the momentum is draining away. Again, in this chart, you want to flip back towards the Bitcoin pair to navigate yourself and to see how it's going. So you want to get those entry points based on historical price action. And we just see that we're seeing a sell-off at this stage, but we're getting to points of interest on Cardano as well. If I want to discuss again whether this one has more potential or Chainlink, I think I'd be sliding towards Chainlink more than Cardano at this stage.
Okay. Any other charts that you've got for us? I know Fred spoke to you about charting the Bitcoin dominance chart for us.
Oh, the Bitcoin dominance chart. I think I don't. Yeah, I do have it here. The Bitcoin dominance chart is, might be seeing some further upwards momentum at this stage. And I have to explain that. We saw, and that historically December is the best month to buy altcoins. And then you see those relief rallies at the later stage at March, February, that period. You usually see altcoins don't have the best moment. What we saw is that Ethereum is selling off against Bitcoin. And that means that the dominance is grinding up. There's two reasons for that. One, Bitcoin is going to outperform altcoins, through which altcoins are selling against Bitcoin, or Bitcoin is correcting and altcoins sell off more heavily. And at this stage, we can see that we might have bottomed out on the dominance chart and can see some momentum further, meaning that either Bitcoin is going to rally significantly at this stage, causing a sell-off on the altcoins. So I'm seeing that we could see some weakness on altcoins in general at this stage.
Wow, and more strength in Bitcoin, much more strength in Bitcoin.
Maybe if we break that all-time high and flip it, then it can just grinding upwards.
All right, talk to me about the coins that you're looking at, because I know that you said you're looking at some gems. Guys, this is the part where you should be taking notes, because when Michael talks, we listen.
Or not, you counter-trade me. That's also an option.
No, you can't trade me. I'm the counter indicator.
Well, you have been that in the past. It's beautiful. I have to agree on that point.
No, that was when I was at CNBC, and CNBC itself is a counter indicator.
Yeah, XRP, right? But what I'm looking at is coins that are still very much down at their Bitcoin pair. I've discussed why I'm looking at them. And a few of them that I'm looking at are, for instance, Celer. It's a second layer solution on Polkadot that is currently just warming up. There's still a big impulse wave to come. So I want to get my entry going at like 46 sets and let it run over the summer, as I truly believe that in the next impulse wave, we might be running towards 200 sets, granting a 5x from here.
Okay, so Celer, guys, for those of you who don't know what this is, it's Celer Network, which is Celer. Sorry, I know the writing is very small. Fred, drop it in the comments as well, so the guys know what chart we're charting here. It does look very small. All right, so Celer Network, you're saying you're going to hold it. Second layer scaling solution. Yeah, looks good. Let's look at the next one.
That's Swipe, man. I know there's lots of FUD and negativity about Swipe, but Swipe Swap is coming. Overall partnerships with Binance. Also, if you look at this Bitcoin pair, it's still on the ground. It's down 85%. So even if it gains back towards those levels and comes back to where Bitcoin is standing at this stage, this can grant you massive profit. So I'm really looking at Swipe, not because of the USDT value, which is not opening up, okay? But it's basically on the Bitcoin value that we have here, which is kind of comparable to Celer at this stage. Still lots of upwards potential to gain.
Okay, when you look at these, are you looking at only technicals, or do you sometimes look at fundamentals?
I do look at fundamentals. That's why I've been in Atom and Cardano, for instance, and Polkadot. But on looking on them, you want to get the best entry, and then you have to look at technicals. Like you can buy Theta at this point because of fundamentals, but it's just insane what the valuation is. So there's no point in buying it based on technicals, while the fundamentals are good. So you have to combine both.
All right, so listen, I've got a friend. His name is Bernie. Bernie couldn't be on the show today, but he sent me 3 charts, and he said, look, you've got to see this. According to his charts, he says that we should be buying Litecoin, and we should be buying Algorand. So let's look at the charts. So those are the charts that he sent me, and he says, if you look, let me actually read what he said. He's very smart. He's very, very smart. He couldn't come on the show. You know why he couldn't come on the show? Because he works for a Swiss bank, and he didn't want them to know that he's actually trading crypto while he's supposed to be working at a Swiss bank. And he's saying, looking at coins like Algorand and Litecoin compared to Ethereum, you can see there's a very interesting relationship, and they're lagging each other, and they're forming the same pattern, and you can kind of see that all of them have got the same pattern. I see you looking at this. I see Coach K also looking at this. He's in the waiting room, and he's also looking at this. Okay, so what do you think of that?
Again, if you in this case, we've got algo up here. If you're looking at those USDT values of those altcoins, like Litecoin, for instance, Bitcoin is at 2.5x of the previous all-time high. But Litecoin is still way below the all-time high of 2017. Why is that? It's lagging against the Bitcoin pair. So you have to move towards the Bitcoin pair to see how it's performing. And then you flip to the chart, and I've got it up here. What you want to see with Litecoin in itself is that it starts to make a bullish construction. Right now, it's just still a very bad opportunity. It's losing value against Bitcoin. But once it flips above that 4,000 sats level, you want to get your entry point, because then it can start that impulse wave. And then it can start accelerating. So I'm definitely looking at it from a different perspective, which is the Bitcoin pair.
My problem with Litecoin is I can't see Litecoin being a top 10 coin at the end of 2021. I just think that there are 10 other better projects out there, and we don't really have a use for Litecoin. Like, what do we need Litecoin for? Coach, what do you think?
I agree. I mean, I like Charlie Lee as a person, but Litecoin long term, I don't know. I just think there's too many things that do similar stuff, and we're gonna have to wait and see which one comes out on top. Really
amazing. All right, Coach, we're gonna get you back here because today's a day of Picks, which is a coach's show where we give you guys the best things. But yeah, Mike, thank you so much, my friend. Love having you on Crypto Banter. please ping us again when you've got anything interesting and juicy. You know, we love juicy things here. So let us know.
Yeah. Cool, man. See you
Cool,
around.
man. Later, man. Okay, so if you haven't smashed the like, if you haven't smashed the subscribe, then smash the like and smash the subscribe right now, because let me tell you what's happening now. Now we are bringing a guest on who has just launched, in my mind, one of the most exciting NFT projects out there. Like, really exciting NFT projects. The project is already trading at a market cap of $45 million. It was launched like 2 days ago. I can see, I mean, when I talk about the project, just watch Coach's head. That project, Coach, without saying the name of the project, just nod a few times, because Coach can see who's in the waiting room. Okay, so Coach is good. You know who I'm also going to bring in? Adrian Bashuk. You guys may remember Adrian. Adrian was my producer at CNBC. Adrian, without saying the name of the project, yes or no on the project, I know that you're in the waiting room, so you can see everything.
Absolutely, yes. That's all I'm going to say. Yes.
All right, so we also have KM. Now, KM is Kaylee. She's our fan from Canada. She won a backstage pass. Kaylee, do you want to know who this project is? She does want to know. Her mic's muted, though. All righty, so this project is none other than Ethernity, and I've got the man himself here. Nick, good morning, my friend.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. How are you, my friend?
Thanks for having me.
Buddy, you've had an amazing launch. I must say, really amazing launch. Ethernity is the name of the project. Ethernity launched so it's trading at $10. What is the IDO price? Just to give our viewers some kind of perspective here.
The IDO price was 27.5 cents. It was the same price for the private investors, the same price for the public investors.
Wow, amazing. Okay, so let's talk about what Ethernity actually does, because I guess that's the big question here.
Yeah, so Ethernity is an NFT project with some DeFi applications. We came up with the idea a couple of years ago, actually. The reason we didn't launch earlier is we were waiting to see what other platforms were doing. And, you know, we saw a lot of mistakes being made and we wanted to avoid them. So we said, wait, let's see what everybody else does. And let's see how do we give underlying value to those collectibles, right? So Ethernity is going to be producing authenticated NFTs. It's very important for us, for everybody to know that we're only going to be focusing on authenticated NFTs. And when I say authenticated is, if you look all over the platforms that's selling NFTs these days, right, you'll see a lot of copyrighted work. You'll see a lot of celebrity work being sold without the celebrities even knowing this artwork exists or being rewarded by it, right? You'll see Jaden Smith artwork being sold for $40,000 and he hasn't even seen it, right? So Ethernity wants to bridge that with the notable figures and the artists. So we want to get the artists and the celebrities to work together and produce something together, and both creators to be rewarded by it.
Okay,
that's the main model. That's the main model.
All right, so you guys are gonna be effectively working with the celebrities, and you're gonna get authenticated NFTs with the celebrities, and you're gonna sell them. Are you gonna sell them on your own platform, or are you gonna be selling them on platforms like OpenSea and all those guys?
Yeah, no, we're going to be selling them in our own platform. Our own platform is not ready yet. We'll be ready in about 4 weeks. I always say 3 weeks, but my co-founder who's inside and working right now, he says 4 weeks. I always say 3 on my meetings, but 4 weeks is the real number. We did try to do a community drop with Boss Logic using OpenSea, and the demand was too high, and we crashed the website. It was disappointing in my opinion, because I wanted the community to get that NFT. We will update everybody on Saturday how they will be able to get that NFT, because it's good to show that you have a strong community and a lot of demand. But in the other hand, you know, I wanted Boss Logic to be able to sell his work and the community to be able to own it. You know, it was kind of a historical thing for us. It was a drop just for the community. But we'll figure it out. We'll find a way to get it to the community. Either it's direct from us, or using a claim page, or we'll see, or we'll find another partner.
All right. So explain to me. So you're gonna have a marketplace. You're gonna be doing authenticated NFTs. Have you got any artists other than Boss Logic that have signed up with you guys and said, we want to do some NFTs with you?
Yeah, a lot.
Okay, give us some names.
I hate giving names. We have most 90% of the artists you guys see at Nifty, Maker's Place, the highest selling artists, most of them will be working with us. We have Justin Mahler. Justin Mahler is one of my favorite artists. We have Olive Allen, who's an advisor in the project as well. She's great. I own a lot of her art myself.
I know her very well.
Yeah. Boss Logic, obviously. Boss Logic is an advisor as well. He's helping us. He's connected us to a massive network of artists. That's very, very talented guy. Been around for a long time.
I want to bring Adrian Bashuk. Adrian, I know you've been working on this project, and you mentioned that you were working quite hard. And the other day you texted me and you showed me that there was the Muhammad Ali fight, which has now been tokenized. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so what Nick really rolled out, and which is novel in the NFT space, before it's this kind of smorgasbord and this just open marketplace of random artists doing random art of random things. And the whole key with media integration and licensing and branding is capturing the rights and the licensing to that. So we partnered with a huge company called Authentic Brands Group, and that's one of the big key links in this rollout. They own dozens and dozens of licenses, retail stores, the rights and IP to all these licenses, including historical figures like Muhammad Ali, Elvis Presley, Marilyn Monroe, just to start. Okay, and what they're doing is, and I'm getting a fire alarm.
Again, it's the second time on our show, man.
I think that's actually a good sign. That's a really good sign when you have interruptions like that. There we go. So their first rollout along with us is a 3-part series of NFTs of historical significance commemorating the life and career and legacy of Muhammad Ali. It's something that has not been done in this space, and it's going to be the model of a number of launches to come. I mean, the number of launches that we have planned in the first year alone, this is actual delivery. We're not a project that, raised funds and is going to work and it's going to release something in 2 months or 2 years. You're seeing actionable results on a major scale with licensed, huge IP to come for the entire year.
Okay, explain to me why I need to farm NFT. So I understand, putting up an NFT, bidding for the NFT. Where does the farming come in?
Farming, I love farming, guys. So the farming function was created for the community. The token holders will be able to do that by staking their earn instead of earning rewards. We have an LP staking program. I'll talk about this later. But the farming, you can stake your ERN tokens and farm Ethernity stones, which we will introduce today. We're writing a Medium article about Ethernity stones, which is like points, right? So let's say the Andrian Basic NFT was sold for $100,000 yesterday. At some point in the future, will Ethernity keeps a couple of those pieces, or we'll go and buy those pieces as a company? Let's say out of the 1,000 pieces, we'll go buy 50 of them, right? And we will be making 50 pieces available to the community for farming. And the community will have to say, let's say, $75,000 worth of earn for 2 weeks. And they'll be able to farm the stones and they redeem the stones for NFTs. So we will give something that's worth X on a discount to the community with farming. Some people might not be able to buy something that's worth $100,000, right? But they'll be able to farm it and sell it on the secondary market, and the community will get all
by staking tokens. You can start earning your way into getting these amazing things. Okay, so now this is the part of the show that I've been waiting for. I think the whole community has been waiting for this.
Yeah.
And you guys said that you're going to come on our show and you're going to do an exclusive NFT drop. Guys, this is the part we've all been waiting for. Nick said that he's going to do an exclusive NFT drop for our community, somebody watching the show. So the rules are, you have to be subscribed and you have to leave a comment and you have to leave a like. And if you do that, you can stand a chance to win the NFT. Now, the question is, what is the NFT? Nick, this is where you answer.
What is an NFT? So, NFTs is...
Which NFT, Nick?
Which NFT are we giving away to the community?
All right. So, guys, I hope the community won't be upset about that. So when we dropped the Boss Logic NFT, there were 2 people who actually went and bought it. So what happened on this drop? We start minting the NFTs. The whole website crashed because like 50,000 people went and tried to buy it at the same time. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be personally going and buying one of those NFTs from one of the users who bought it, the Boss Logic baseless saddleless card, and I'll be giving it to one of the guys that's watching the show.
Wow. Okay. So someone watching the show, someone commenting is going to get a Boss Logic's NFT. Guys, to be fair, we're going to leave this open for 3 days in the comments because we want people who watch the show after the live show to actually get it. Not everyone can watch the live show, but that is huge. That is huge. That is huge. Wow, Nick, that is unbelievable. Adrian, you want to say something?
Yeah, can I just add for the community to know, I've got to, I came in on the outside because of the media experience to help with licensing and rolling this out. But the team behind Ethernity are old school crypto OGs that were at once Bitcoin maximalists, and then saw the value, especially in this real world crossover. That's the whole thing with NFTs. I don't want people to miss the ball and see it as, just digital art. This is the crossover of real world assets into blockchain. And that's why I had to get involved and why it's so exciting. And we're at that kind of crossover moment, I think, in the industry. And something like Ethernity, there's a 3-step long-term game plan.
Whoa, I hope Adrian hasn't been taken out by the fire.
Adrian loves his VPN.
Okay, so there's a 3-pronged game plan, and that's kind of where Adrian froze. What a pity. I hope it's not got anything to do with the fire because there was a fire alarm. All right, so Nick, we'll stay in touch with you. We'll go crazy on Twitter. You'll go crazy. Somebody in the comments is going to win that artwork. We're going to bring Nick back to give away that artwork in, say, 3 days. Good for you?
Love it. Let's do it.
Cool, my friend. And guys, keep an eye out on Ethernity. I think this is going to be these guys. I was skeptical, but these guys have got the rights.
I remember that, by the way.
I was skeptical when I heard about this. That another NFT project telling me about rights. Nick, more importantly, there's a very big charity angle here, right? There's a very big charity angle. We haven't discussed that. I think it's worth spending a minute to discuss the charity angle because I think we need to do well while doing good, or do good while doing well. So we're all making money, but are we doing good? Are we doing good for the community? So tell me about the charity angle.
Yeah, so 2 things. My side job that I'm not getting paid to do is I'm an executive at Global Wildlife Conservation. I've been an environmentalist for about 10 years. I've been involved in many initiatives around the world. The Amazon wildfires, 2019, reforestation initiatives in California. So Ethernity is a mix of my 2 passions, crypto art, and environmentalism. So, obviously, to mint NFTs, you consuming a specific amount of energy, and I wanted to do something to offset those emissions. So Ethernity will be donating a percentage of each NFT to an environmental mitigation organization. That's a set thing on the company. We can't even skip it, right? So we've been working with partners. We'll have multiple partners that going to be receiving those donations. Now, a lot of the talent that's involved, artists, notable figures, they will be giving a percentage from their proceeds as well. We just can't make them choose what organization they want to give it to. So they all have their own projects. Like Michael Rubin, the owner of the Philadelphia 76ers, will be giving funds to Reform Alliance. The Winklevoss brothers, who created their first NFT, they're going to be giving funds to Raw New York, which is a great charity in New York. So we're not a charity. We're a for-profit organization. We're a for-profit company, but we for sure going to be giving money from the sales into charities. And to be honest with you, I was a little bit shocked that I see all those sales, NFT sales, and I haven't seen anybody really donating anything anywhere. So we just wanna make sure that's part of our game plan.
All right, so doing well while doing good. Nick, thank you, my friend. I know you had to wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning to be on the show.
Yeah.
Much love to you, my friend.
Love you, man. Thanks.
Much love for the Ethernity project. And I can see Coach. Coach has got a big fat smile on his face. Coach, what do you think, man?
Oh, I'm great. How are you doing today?
Good. Coach, I know why
I'm
you
loving
smile.
the Ethernity, though. You guys know, anyone who's watched this show or see me on Twitter has known that I was the first one telling everyone. I actually brought you into that meeting with Nick.
You told me, and I told you at the time I didn't like.
And then you were like, I don't know, man. I don't think it's really that great.
The token design wasn't good, but now the token design is, I think, very, very good.
I think we were at a point where like We were finishing off certain things, or almost at that point where we had it all aligned. And then you got him at like, I think it was like in the middle of the night. And so he was just too tired, man. You know it is, 18-hour days.
Amazing. He actually has got rights. I mean, I've actually seen some of the rights. And I mean, he did the Winklevoss one. He's doing the Past Logic one. He's doing the Muhammad Ali Cassius Clay. I don't know which part of the life they do.
There's so he didn't even. Nick is very, very humble. Okay, that's one thing I really like about working with him. He's very humble, and one thing that he does not tell people is the sheer amount of other things similar to like Muhammad Ali or Bruce Buffer. Those are just some of the people that are signed. There's like 100 people signed, and there's some really big names that are signed, but we're not going to tell you. So you guys have to be patient. And every week you'll see something new. It's great. I love Ethernity.
Before we start on prestigious picks, MTT, who has liked, subscribed, and shared every day, but no Coty, now has Coty. You need to contact our Telegram group, and you can get your 100 Coty because you have liked, you have subscribed every day. I want to see what's going on with the likes. Just Coach, humor me for a second.
Yeah.
Let's just look here.
Let's see. How many of you guys haven't liked yet?
We got 1,200 likes. Okay. I want to see what's going on with the likes. We have 1,200 likes, but there's 2,400 people on the stream, so we need to get more. All right, Coach, tell us.
Click on that button.
Oh, first of all, Coach, hold on. Before we talk about the prestigious pick, tomorrow is Banter Day, man.
Banter, baby.
Tomorrow, look at this Banter. Look at this pick tomorrow.
You got Bitlord? This is going to be hilarious.
We got Bitlord. We got Winston the Wolf. We got you, and we got Karush. So we got all these guys tomorrow on our big banter. So tomorrow we actually not going to do like a newsy show. We're just going to banter for like that's going to be the
for
show
an hour.
Tomorrow.
Amazing.
For an hour. Banter.
I love it.
I also love it, man.
I'm sure there'll be good laughter.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get Biz and Wolf, put him in a ring. Let him fight it out.
I think we should get Fred in the banter. I think we should get Fred bantering with us.
We should get Fred bantering. He's just shy. Yeah. He doesn't want to dox himself.
All right, let's talk about today's prestigious pick. Remember, prestigious picks is when Coach K tells us about the picks of the tokens that are not yet like in the market and tells you where you can get them. So, Coach, what is our prestigious pick today?
So this one, I don't even think anyone really knows about it. It's called Cellframe. It's a really interesting project. I had a nice long call with the team. I actually built their tokenomics. So I'm going to show you guys some of the things that I did with their tokenomics and why, so you can understand like how people design these things a little bit. I'm not going to go too much into it because it'll bore you, but basically what you should be looking for. And then as someone who designs the tokenomics, what I look for. In terms of Cellframe,
First of all, what does Cellframe do? Because I think that let's use that as a starting point.
Basically, like, you have CDNs, you have VPNs, you have all these things. And you have no real connection between normal coding language, which is simple, and blockchain coding language, which is very high level. So Cellframe on the very basic level is trying to take simple devices, right? Things that are not using a lot of power, a lot of really difficult code, and making it so you can plug it into a blockchain. So basically they're trying to simplify the connection from the old systems to the new system, and so that they can actually communicate and talk. So if a bank or anyone else wants to use crypto, it'll be an easier way for them to integrate it. So that's kind of the gist behind. These guys have been working. If you look at their repository on GitHub, man, they have a huge repository. These guys have been working for years. Very low cap raise. And another thing that they did was made a quantum resistant crypto. So, everyone's talking about Bitcoin. Oh, it's not quantum resistant. Eventually the quantum computers will take it out. Well, they made a quantum resistant, version of a cryptocurrency, meaning that if quantum computers do become, mainstream, it won't matter. It's not going to hurt.
I thought we didn't know how to do that. I thought if you could have done it, they would have done it on Bitcoin. I thought you couldn't do.
They can do it on Bitcoin. They actually can, but they have to all vote. All the people have to vote and say, yes, we want to upgrade Bitcoin to do this, but they haven't done that. So that's why it's not there yet. I'm sure at some point they're going to have to. It would be sad. It would be very sad if they didn't do that.
All right, so let's talk about why we like this, and let's talk about the tokenomics. We are running out of time, so let's get into it.
Let's smash through it. Okay, so basically, this is basically the problem they're trying to solve mainly is scalability. they're trying to make it simple to basically, they call it Lego for blockchain, like basically plug and play, just what we have on our normal computers now. Python over C. And the whole concept of what they're doing is basically trying to give all the little things that are nuances right now, like quantum resistance, like having a one place. So right now we have like SpiderDAO, which I really like, but they only have a VPN. These guys are going to have like SpiderDAO and a CDN and a file storage. And instead of like having just the graph be the graph, right? They're like linking all the stuff together, but like kind of being the middleman for that. So I find that it can speed up blockchains. It'll make it faster and less. There won't have to spend as much power to actually make systems connect. And I know this is really confusing to explain, but it's one of those projects that I think from what they've been doing and what they plan to do, they can connect into L2 solutions. It's really think about this as an ecosystem addition, right? That devs can use to make it really simple for them to deploy different normal traditional things like VPNs, like CDNs, like YouTube, things like that.
Let's get into the tokenomics. Let's get into the stuff. Let's get into the meat of it.
Let's jump into it. Okay, so tokenomics wise, let me try to just make this a little bigger because it looks really small on your screen there. Okay, so tokenomics wise, what do I look for? Okay, so a really small cap raise, we like those. But when I'm setting these up, okay, a lot of people ask me like, how do you know if it's good? I like tokenomics where at least 35, if not 40% are out in circulation because it's more decentralized. I like it when the team is not holding a lot of the tokens. I like it when certain rewards are going back. So you have a good tokenomic model will guarantee that about 50% will go to the community, like at least, and then maybe even more. So that's first. Second thing is, how much are you raising and what are the price of tokens? So this is something that I've been very bullish on. This is what we did with Ethernity. It's worked very well. This is what we did with Phoenix Flow when I made their tokenomics. I like having the same price per token. Why I like that? Why is the question? Let me ask you a question, Rand. If I made this a 5-cent token for the private round, and then we launched at 10 cents, what instantaneously does this market cap go to from $1 million goes to $2 million of sell pressure. So if I'm an investor and I'm in a public round, I'm going to try and sell it off as fast as possible because I know those guys got it for half the price. So what we want to do is try to even the playing field and let it find price discovery and a floor very quickly so that the price can go up instead of having this price goes up, price just slowly goes down and down forever.
That's an amazing thing because usually you want to reward the early stage investors, but the time between private and seed and public nowadays is like a week. So it's not like you're rewarding early stage investors.
It's not even that long. Ren, I was talking to Cellframe. Okay, this is how fast this worked. I talked to the guys from Cellframe. They were like, we're going to be raising in a week. We want you to check our tokenomics and fix them up. I fixed up their tokenomics. Everyone was really, they like it, good emission schedule, not too much capital in terms of coin going into the market every week. So we only have $93,000 a week. It's not a lot of sell pressure. So all this equates to me thinking, okay, we have a low cap, we have a low supply, we have something that people will be using actively for VPNs, for CDNs, for file storage, for all sorts of types of stuff. And then Lego for blockchain. So if I want to connect a bank or I want to connect in an app or anything, I can connect in with low-level language into the blockchain. And it makes it a lot easier. So overall, when I look at these tokenomics and I'm sitting there going, is it pumpamental? Okay, if you want to talk about pumpamentals, Ivan, respect the pump. All right, but respect the pump, guys. All right. Pumpamentals. But when you're looking at pumpamentals, right, you look at this and you go, okay, day one, only $491,000. Okay, it's got a low supply and not a lot of people could get access because it was, I'm not joking, Rand, from private sale, from the minute they told me, okay, you can have an allocation, to the time where I gave them the allocation, they were sold out. It was like not even a day. It was gone. $1 million, like that. And I'm having that happen in my own community, right?
Okay, how can we get our hands onto Cellframe? I mean, is it too late?
This will be on TrustSwap. So TrustSwap is hosting this, I think, tomorrow, actually. So this will be on TrustSwap tomorrow. If you're someone who holds TrustSwap, you will be able to get tokens, and this is what you're going to see: L-Pool, Trust Swap, Polkastarter. All these guys are coming out. They're all competing against each other. So you guys have to be even smarter now to figure out which projects are actually good, or are they trying to make a buck, right? So we have to look at that. But here's one thing I want to tell you guys about L-Pool, which I don't think many people understand, and I've been trying to convey this message. L-Pool will not only give you guys a private round, they're giving people seed rounds. So if you're someone who's been sitting at home and gone, man, I really want to get into some of these early stages, L-Pool is probably the best for early stage. You want a seed round? They're doing one right now. They just launched their second IDO that they're going to be doing as well. The reason why I like them isn't, I'm telling you this for you guys so you know where to go. Go to L-Pool, get the tokens that you need to do. You can stake for free. You get them for free, guys. Go on there, stake some Bondly, stake some paid, stake some whatever, right? Go and stake it. Then you get free tokens. Those free tokens, if you have enough of them, will give you free access to get into seed deals. Even if it's $500, a seed deal for $500, if it goes 200x, it's good. So definitely check that out.
Very good.
And I think there's other ones too. Fred.
All right. Alrighty, Coach, we're running out of time. We will see you tomorrow. Thank you very much. We love.
One more thing real quick, just before I go. Guys, look at UnMarshal, okay? Winston talked about it last week, so I started looking into this. UnMarshal, guys, I'm just going to give a quick overview. What they're doing, okay, blockchains are slow. Why are they slow? Because they have all the data, all the transactions, everything in one block. Now, normally when coders create programs, they put them into indexes so they can find it easier. Well, I'll tell you right now, what these guys are doing is indexing all the major blockchains. So when you want to find details, information, images, anything that's loaded up to the blockchain, it'll be instant. It'll be 10 times, 100 times as fast, which will also
going to get the UnMarshal guys in here, because this is a huge project. This is a huge project. For me, possibly one of the most important projects. They are creating the graph, but for DeFi.
Yeah.
And that's a game changer. But Coach, if we go over 1 hour, then YouTube slows down our videos. So we will see you tomorrow. Big banter. See you, my friend. See you tomorrow. Thank you. Much love for you, my friend. All right, that's me, Crypto Man Run. Remember, guys, I'm your guide. We're going to make a lot of money in 2021. We are going to retire at the end of 2021. Just keep watching the show. And this will be the last time that you ever have to work in your lives if we just work together here and do what we need to do. So I'll see you again tomorrow, same time, same place. And tomorrow it's going to be one huge banter. I'm Crypto Man Run, signing out for today. I'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Trade well, my friends.
Crypto Banter is a social podcast for entertainment purposes only. All opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, and callers should not be construed as financial advice. Views expressed by guests and hosts do not reflect the views of the station. Listeners are encouraged to do their